Let's start with the basics. I want to talk about Uniswap, but it's a tough one to understand. And let's just start with the basics first, because if you don't know the basics, you're probably not going to understand Uniswap. And it's funny because you see, supposedly experts, really smart people, and most of them Bitcoiners who don't even know the basics. And the sad part is they don't even know that they don't know, right? This Michael Saylor, smart billionaire guy, wrote, geez, the industry would benefit if, analysts segmented crypto assets, Bitcoin, crypto applications, Ethereum, and cryptocurrencies, Tether, and looked at them differently. Well, that's just all wrong. He's not, first of all, crypto assets, Bitcoin, that's with a Bitcoin with a lowercase b. A Bitcoin with a capital B is the Bitcoin network of which Bitcoin, the asset, runs on. Bitcoin lowercase b. Okay, and Bitcoin is an asset just as Ether, ETH, is an asset, just as Tether is an asset. And, the term currency is loosely used, but if you think of currency as what people use to buy things, I mean, no one's using Tether to buy things. It's not really a currency, according to the normal term. Tether is used, by a lot of traders around the world, sending money around in at a dollar price, but it's Tether isn't really a currency either. But also, Ethereum, this is where he really gets it wrong. Oops. Yeah. Crypto application. So Ethereum is not an application. Ethereum is a platform on which you build applications. And that's what I'm getting to here is Uniswap is an application on Ethereum. So, and for those who might not even understand what a platform is, think of the iPhone, right? Or the iOS operating system is the platform, and then people put apps on the phone, and the apps run on the Apple operating system. So, Google Play Store or, Google Android is a platform, and then people build apps on top of it. Ethereum is a platform. People build apps on top of it. And they build apps. So if you think of what is an application is a software program that allows you to do things, right? And manipulate things around. What the crypto industry or the crypto, I don't know, crypto has introduced the ability to have these things called digital assets. As an asset, just like your house is an asset, your car is an asset, your shirt is as an asset. My blue hair might be a liability. But anyways, Ethereum is a platform that allows you to make applications like Uniswap that allows you to trade assets like Tether and Ethereum. And even Bitcoin you can trade on Ethereum when Bitcoin is tokenized as an asset on Ethereum. Okay. Listen, if you don't understand that, maybe go back and listen one more time. I understand this is tough. Or put questions underneath, in the comments, and I will try to help, because I'm trying to dumb this stuff down. And by dumb, I don't mean it's stupid. Again, Michael Saylor, the guy's a genius, and he doesn't even know that Ethereum is not an application. So don't feel bad if you don't get it. The reason I went through that whole little speech there was, let's talk about applications on Ethereum, specifically decentralized exchanges. And specifically what we're going to get to is Uniswap, the king. See the pink here? So this is, the long-term chart monthly. You can see who's the king. And when it comes to investing, one thing I always love to invest in the king, the leader. I've been trying to think of an analogy to explain this, but it's like when you invest, you want to invest in the leader. Everybody's always like, wants to pick the small guy who someday may catch up. And if you get that right, yes, you probably make more money than even holding the leader. But usually the leader maintains their lead, and usually the leader makes a ton of money. Even if somebody else catches up, you do well. Just invest in the leaders. For me, I found to be the best way to invest. And then your job is just to figure out who the leader is. That's not always the easiest. Now with Uniswap, though, right now you can see. Look at who's pink. Pink. You can just look at this. Who's the leader? Pink. Who's second place? This color here, whatever this is. That's Curve. And look at the black down here. That's 0x. Interesting. Now, you know, on one hand you say, well, all you do is pick the leaders. That's easy. Well, is it? How easy is it? You gotta be on your toes here with crypto. In January, I was talking about Kyber. Look at Kyber here. See it? The green, 41. Do I need to make this bigger? This is December. Green. See the green? Kyber, 41. And so who are the two leaders? It was Uniswap and Kyber. Uniswap didn't have a token, so you couldn't invest in that. And Kyber was growing fast. It's number 2. Yellow. What is this? Orange Synthetics has a big number, but that's sort of a different thing because it's a long story. But anyways, so Kyber is awesome. Well, then look at 6 months later. Where's Kyber? Same size, but look at how big now it's like Kyber who? Sorry, wait, where is Kyber? Oh, there it is. Yeah, actually Kyber grew, but nothing compared to Uniswap. So when you looked at January, this was a bigger chart, or December, because that was the biggest one, right, at the time. Now that's nothing. And look at Kyber. It's tiny. So picking the leader, these things can change quickly. And although I love Uni and it's winning, but I got my eyes peeled. I wake up every morning looking at statistics because they could lose their lead. In fact, I mean, I was just looking. Let's look at where was this? Okay? So this is daily. I mean, so now what we saw here, you know, Uniswap dominance gaining, and Curve was shrinking. I mean, this chart doesn't even go back. Let's look. How about this? Here's Curve. Is this one? Look at, you could see, you know, up to here, you see sort of, if you look here, the pink growing. Sorry, you see pink growing, right? And you see Curve sort of shrinking. This gray one in the middle here. Sorry if this is hard for you to follow, but now it looks like Curve might be coming back a little, okay? And then look at OX. Now, OX was shrinking. All of a sudden, it's going up. Why? Right? Look at it here. These things can change quickly. So, okay, Uni's king. Hold your, you know, we love Uni, but keep an eye on things. Also, you know, and Curve is interesting. So Curve is like a Uniswap, but all they focus on are dollar peg tokens. And it's like, if you want, imagine Uniswap, which Uniswap works for any token. But since dollar peg tokens are less volatile, that allowed Curve to make an algorithm that trades like Uniswap, but is better for dollar peg tokens. So then Curve gets a lot of the dollar peg token volume, which is most of the volume on these networks. And so Curve takes a lot of market share. Maybe they're here to stay. Maybe they'll be bigger. I don't know. You know, you gotta watch it. And Curve is relatively new. I hate getting into things that are new. I like Uniswap's been around for years. So they are the biggest. They are growing fast. So I like that. What else? Anything else I want to show? And the other thing too, if anybody knows, why is O0X suddenly growing quickly? Like, look at that. It's pretty good. But why? I have no idea. I mean, I don't even know what 0x does. Also, I like decentralized. Uniswap's is a classically decentralized app, or DApp. I think Curve is as well. 0x is like, it's not automatic market makers. 0x, I don't know. But hey, just because I don't understand it doesn't mean it isn't going to work, and you got to watch the numbers. So the point I'm making here is I'm going to talk about why I think Uniswap and automated market makers are a huge deal. But I'm also saying, don't come back to me at 6 months and I'm saying something different. You're like, well, 6 months ago you said this and that. Well, things change. And knowledge comes out. You got to stay on top of this shit. If you want to be swimming in the deep end here in crypto investing, you got to be on top of shit, right? If you don't want to be on top of stuff, just hold some ETH, right? You don't need to get involved in the Uni token, right? But if you want to get a little exciting here, so let's talk about what's happening here. You know, whether Uniswap wins or Curve wins or someone else, what is clear is that automated market makers, or at least decentralized exchanges, are grabbing market share. And what I believe is going to happen is that, and I'll explain this sentence after I say it, automated market makers will disrupt the order book trading system. What that means, right now, all trading in the world, on all exchanges, we're talking trillions and trillions of dollars, is done through order book exchanges, which means, hey, I want to sell 100, someone else wants to sell 1,000, someone wants to buy 500, someone else wants to buy, and they match these people up and trade. There is a new way of doing it, which is everybody who wants to sell puts it in, no, let me put it this way. No, there are two pools of tokens, and the price between the two is set by an algorithm based on the size of each pool. And traders come in and put into one pool and pull out of the other pool. Sort of hard to explain. Bottom line is this. If you want to dig deeper, read about automated market makers. And, well, here's a tweet. I put a tweet on my Twitter. By the way, if you like my videos, if you want to hear from me more often than once every few weeks when I make videos, I post on Twitter fairly regularly. And also, it is faster than the videos. If I change my mind and I say I hate Uni, I'll put it on Twitter before it comes out on a video. You can follow my Twitter, Dave Levine 0, the number 0, C-O-M. And here I posted this chart, Uniswap, which is just one app on Ethereum, already doing more volume than Coinbase. You know, I don't know, this was in September too, which was their big month. Maybe this month Coinbase came back, I don't know. But in general, these trading apps on Ethereum are going to eat the order book exchanges. Today, Coinbase, they're going to pass Binance next, and then they're coming for the New York Stock Exchange. And most likely, at some point, it's going to be, you know, we always tend to think, when the internet started, it's like, oh my God, AOL is going to disappear, which maybe you say it has, but at the beginning, for those of you who were there in 95, you know, AOL is going to disappear. AT&T is going to be destroyed by internet. But what happens? AT&T's still here. They're not as dominant. And what do? They send most of their traffic over the internet. And they're a big internet provider, right? They what do you call it? Get sucked into the system. They're absorbed by the system. So most likely, the New York Stock Exchange won't disappear. It'll just be the New York Stock Exchange will have a significant amount of its trading done through automatic market makers on crypto networks, and they'll probably be less dominant in the new world because they're sort of late to the game. Like, that's usually how it works. So, this is important to watch. And this growth rate, and look at this growth rate, right? Here's Coinbase, and Coinbase, for those of you who don't know, I mean, they're going to be going public at a valuation of, I don't know, $8 to $10 billion. This is no insignificant company that just got rapidly passed by an app. Okay, and this app, written by a kid out of, I don't remember, I mean, Hayden Adams is his name. I think it was, you know, whatever, whether he was just out of college or whatever, but a young kid who sat down and wrote this app he wrote a couple months, launched an app, and the thing started taking off. Now there's a lot more people involved, but still, like, this stuff is big, and now we have an opportunity. Now there's a token associated with Uniswap. And You know, so technically Uniswap is a governance token, and I made a video a couple months ago talking about how I hate governance tokens and I don't want to own any. Well, guess what? I like Uniswap governance token. Here's the thing. I don't know how it'll do, but if you get it for free, first of all, for those of you, just to let you know, if you used Uniswap at all over the past several years, when this thing launched, they gave you 400 Uni. Sorry, was it 400? Yeah, 400 Uni, it was at $3 when it launched. So they gave $1,200 to everybody who used the app once. And if you used it with multiple wallets, that's $1,200 multiple times. And if you're a liquidity provider, so remember I said the way the trading works is you put tokens. So, well, let me get to what I really like. Let me show this here, okay? This is how you can earn free Uni, and I will also explain how this thing works, if I can. Let's move this down. So when you you choose a trading pair, okay? So if you deposit Ethereum and DAI, the pools are balanced to each other, and the price sort of maintains the balance. There's an algorithm that sets the price between the two. And if you want to be a liquidity provider, that is, you earn fees on all the trades, you put your ETH and DAI into the pools, and then you'll earn fees on all the trades. Now, this is very tricky on how much you earn. Long story, start reading about it if you want to get into the weeds, and you'll learn about a thing called impermanent loss. And the bottom line is, Uniswap is not growing like weeds with people throwing more and more money into these pools because they're not making money. I mean, people are earning money by being liquidity providers, and it's a really easy way to make money. You take your money, you lock it up, but you don't give up ownership of it. It's a non-custodial. You still own it. You can take your money out at any time. You can't lose your money. Well, there are how much you earn, it's a long story, but let's just say for the sake of keeping this simple, you can't lose money, you can get it at any time, and you're earning fees. Okay? Now, the part where I'm sort of dancing around, well, can you lose money in the short run based on certain price movements? For example, if ETH skyrockets really fast in a short amount of time, it's possible that your total principal could be less than it would have been if you hadn't put it in there. But then if the price comes back, you can sort of make that back. There's certain scenarios. Sorry if I'm getting confusing. Bottom line is this. If you want to provide liquidity to Uniswap, it's best to do it with two tokens that sort of move together. That's why, remember I mentioned Curve created an even better algorithm because dollar peg tokens pretty much move together, right? So then I recently, if you listen to I made that video talking to David Hoffman, and he said, oh, wait, you know what? If you supply liquidity for Ethereum and BTC, or WBTC, WBTC is a token on Ethereum, tokenized Bitcoin. It's not decentralized. Bitcoin is held in a safe by this company, BitCo, which, by the way, PayPal is looking at buying BitCo. That would be interesting. Anyways, tokenized Bitcoin, which I trust, on Ethereum, and you provide those to the pool. ETH and Bitcoin kind of move together more than others, so it's a better, to me, a less risky way to be a liquidity provider in Uniswap, because I do worry about ETH going up way faster than the dollar. And there's also a chance it could crash against the dollar, and then you could have short-term problems with your Uniswap pool. But ETH and BTC probably move together. And I'm going to own some ETH. I own the ETH anyways. And Bitcoin, I've been sort of poo-pooing it, but to be a liquidity provider, all of a sudden, so Bitcoin, I don't love it. And I'm like, I might as well own Ethereum instead of Bitcoin. But to be a liquidity provider, so I own Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not that bad, right? Price-wise, I'm sure it'll do okay. But now, as a liquidity provider, I'm earning fees and I'm getting free Uni. They're giving out 60% of Uni token, will be given out for free to liquidity providers only of these 4 pools right now. They may add more pools or change it, but right now, it's just these 4 pools. Get 60% of all the uni over 4 years. This means 4 years of a bonus. So not only are you earning the fees on trading on ETH BTC, and BTC on Ethereum volume is growing, so you're a provider of a key pool, earning fees and getting free uni token on top of it. Can you say cha-ching? Love it. So, I love this. Okay, I think it's a great idea. I look at it this way. If you're holding ETH anyways, right? And you're earning no yield on it, and you're holding Bitcoin anyways, and you're a long-term holder, lock some stuff up in here. Why not? To me, it's a no-brainer. And the yield right now, I mean, there's a lot of variables when you try to figure out the yield. What do you make on transaction fees? It depends on the volume, and trying to calculate what you're going to make seems impossible to me. And then you earn uni. Again, how much uni do you get depends on how many other liquidity providers there are that you're, sharing the uni with. And then what's the price of uni? And do you sell it off or do you hold it? So I don't know how much, but I'm looking at the numbers. Last few days have probably been the best day in a while to own Ethereum and Bitcoin. Both tokens going up on high volume. So, and it's early days, so you're getting a lot of uni. Looking pretty good. So I like that. And Uni's price, listen, as long as Uniswap is king, and we can watch this every day, I'll put these links in. As long as Uni is king, I think you can hold the token and you're okay. And the real excitement, if you think this is exciting, you ain't seen nothing yet. If Uniswap launches on layer 2, meaning launches on Ethereum, where they can have thousands of transactions a second for almost free, this thing's gonna moon. And the Uni token, I don't know, but the volume on Uniswap, whoever the first exchanges to operate on a layer 2, meaning a layer 2 on Ethereum, decentralized exchange, meaning a decentralized exchange, these non-custodial, automated exchanges with almost no fees and can do thousands of transactions a second, Binance is going to have to start worrying, right? That's big numbers. And here's another thing, too. So one of the complaints that a lot of people started talking about on Twitter was this, so the order book system uses market makers, human beings who go and sort of put these orders together. Because it's not automated, right? It has humans. And a lot of these human market makers are like, fuck this Uniswap. That's stupid. I am much better at putting orders together than Uniswap is. And they're like, well, so this isn't going to work. It's not going to last because human market makers are better than this automated market maker, or at least better than Uniswap. So this is stupid or it's short term. What they are missing is that for someone like me, I've never thought of myself as a liquidity provider or a market maker. I'm an investor. I'm somebody who's going to hold Ethereum, or I've held and hold again Bitcoin. So I'm someone who would like a savings account that earns interest. Putting my money in Uniswap is a savings account, right? And in fact, when I think about it, what is Uniswap but what a bank is supposed to be? You deposit your money. It's still your money, right? When you give your money to a bank now, it's not your money. You're giving them your money. It's not supposed to. Why do you give up ownership of your money when you give it to a bank? Uniswap, you don't give up ownership. And the money you put in goes into a pool which is used for lending, which is what banks are supposed to do, which they don't do now. And you earn interest for that, right? Banks aren't paying you interest either. Uniswap is what a bank is supposed to be. So I view myself as somebody looking for a savings account. I'm not getting it from Bank of America. I'm not getting it from JP Morgan. And I don't want to be a market maker. I don't need a business. I'm retired. I want to live easy, right? I want to sleep. I'm an old man. So I put my money in Uniswap and I earn interest. It's a savings account. So market makers are not, they're looking at it like, oh, market maker, it's like they're saying to me, oh, you're not as good of a market maker as I am. So I know I'm not. But I'm a guy with money who wants to earn interest. So I'll make a lower margin than you and do a shittier job than you. But you're still competing against me. And that the value on a Uniswap deposit for a liquidity provider is it's no work, right? You just put your money in there and it's doing trades. It's no work. So again, hard to explain some of these concepts, but it's one of these things. I've seen this over the years many times. When something new comes out and it's just so different, and people, when you see something new come out, when Facebook first came out, when, the web and shopping on the web, there were a lot of things. I'm trying to think of what's another classic one. I mean, certainly Facebook, where people just they sort of laugh at it, or think it doesn't make sense. Or one other thing with the internet was these companies, or even Amazon, they make no profits, right? There's no profits. What's the business model? Google's just giving away information. What? When people laugh at something because it doesn't make sense against the old models, but is growing like crazy, I've learned that the growing like crazy is more important than the doesn't make sense according to old metrics. Now, you don't want to get stupid and have zero metrics and they also were valuing companies. The beginning of the internet had a lot of clicks. Well, what value is a click? And a lot of those turned out to be nothing. But with Uniswap, I get this sense of people think it's a joke. People think it's not a big deal. People poking fun. Meanwhile, look at the growth rate. And what I like, again, is this. It's doing something that could never be done before. That couldn't be done before Ethereum. And you're seeing this growth. So I'm excited about it. I think it's something to be involved in. Also, two more things. One is, when you look at this stuff, don't just look at everything. I'm like, how am I going to make a lot of money? A lot of you listening to me, and if you've listened this long, boy, you're someone who's interested in learning. Well, don't just take a bunch of money and put it in Uniswap. Take a very small amount of money, put it in, and track the results, right? Track, how much you're making and learn. Look at it as an education. And then, as you become educated, you can put more money in. But look at it as an education. Another thing I wanted to mention, I think this is a great business idea. A fund. A lot of people want to get into crypto. They don't know how to do it. I think this is a great pitch. You say, hey, listen. You know what you want to do? You should be in the two leaders, Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I've got even a better way. Not only are you going to be 50-50 Bitcoin and Ethereum, but you're going to be earning fees as a liquidity provider, and we're going to be earning this Uni token for free. So and then you say to people in the fund, because a lot of questions people ask, like, why would I invest with you? Or either, what makes you so smart, or why don't I just do it myself? And then you say, listen, you can do it yourself. That's what crypto's all about. All you got to do, get an account at Coinbase. Get an account at Coinbase. Get a Ethereum compatible wallet like MetaMask. Send some Ethereum to that wallet. Then go to Uniswap, trade some of your Ethereum for WBTC. Then take it and lock it up in a pool. And once you have that, they'll give you a liquidity token. You take that token and you deposit into Uniswap so you can earn the free Uni. Then, every once in a while you want to claim your free Uni. You might want to take that and lock it up in compound finance so you can earn interest on it. And you keep track of all your numbers. It's easy. Do it yourself. Or if you want, just send the money to my fund. I'll do it all for you. I love that pitch. I think it's a great idea. But I'm not really looking to start a business right now because I don't like working anymore. But I thought I'd throw that out there. Is that all? I think that's all, my friends. Thank you for tuning in, and let me know your thoughts, feedback, questions.